My wife called my gaming collection worthless junk and sold it without my permission. She froze when the real value came out, $80,000. I never thought a room full of old video games would end my marriage. If someone had told me that a few dusty cartridges, collector's editions, and sealed game boxes would become the reason I filed for divorce, I would have laughed. Now, I don't laugh anymore. I'm 34, work as a software engineer, and gaming has been my biggest hobby since I was 6 years old. My late dad introduced me to it. Every birthday, every Christmas, every major achievement growing up, we'd celebrate by buying one game together. It wasn't just a hobby. It was our tradition. When he passed away from cancer 12 years ago, those games became one of the few things that still made me feel close to him. Every cartridge reminded me of a weekend we'd spent together. Every collector's edition had a story behind it. Some people collect watches. Some collect coins. I collected memories. Over the years, I became serious about preserving them. Climate-controlled shelves. Protective acrylic cases. Insurance. Catalogs. Receipts. Even professional grading for some rare pieces. Friends joked that my game room looked more like a museum than a gaming setup. My wife, Emily, never understood it. At first she simply rolled her eyes. You know you're 34, right? Most adults don't decorate a room with Nintendo toys. You should sell all this junk. I always smiled. It's not junk. It's an investment. She laughed every single time. Investment? They're old games. No one pays money for this crap. I tried explaining collector markets. How sealed copies become valuable. How retro gaming exploded. How some pieces doubled in value every few years. She refused to listen. You've watched too many YouTube videos. Eventually I stopped bringing it up. I figured. Not every spouse has to understand every hobby. Then came last spring. My company sent me to Seattle for a week-long conference. Before leaving, I kissed Emily goodbye. I'll miss you. She smiled. Try not to buy any more stupid games while you're gone. I laughed. No promises. She rolled her eyes. I swear, one day I'm cleaning that room. I thought she was joking. I really did. The conference went well. Busy days. Networking. Meetings. Late dinners. Nothing unusual. On Thursday evening, Emily texted me. I reorganized the house today. I replied with a thumbs up. Didn't think anything of it. Big mistake. When I came home Sunday afternoon, something immediately felt wrong. The hallway smelled different. Fresh paint. Furniture moved. Then I looked toward my game room. The door was open. Completely empty. Not partially empty. Completely. Every shelf. Every display case. Every console. Gone. At first I honestly believed we'd been robbed. My heart nearly stopped. I ran downstairs. Emily. She walked into the kitchen carrying groceries. Oh, you're home. Where are my games? She looked confused. Oh. Those. I sold them. I actually laughed. Because surely. She meant a few duplicates. Maybe an old console. Not everything. What do you mean you sold them? She shrugged. I hired one of those estate sale guys. They hauled everything away. I finally turned that useless room into something practical. My ears started ringing. You what? She sighed dramatically. Oh my God. Don't start. You never even used half that stuff. It was collecting dust. I couldn't process what she was saying. You sold everything. Without asking me? She crossed her arms. I don't need permission to clean my own house. Our house. I whispered. How much? She smiled proudly. $3,000. She actually looked proud. Like she'd won the lottery. I negotiated too. They originally offered $2,500. I felt physically sick. $3,000. My insurance paperwork alone listed the collection at over $80,000. I asked quietly. Who bought it? She shrugged. I don't know. The pickup company. I didn't pay attention. I grabbed my laptop. Opened my inventory spreadsheet. Started checking values. One by one. Sealed Pokemon Emerald. $7,500. Chrono Trigger. Nearly $2,000. Earthbound. $4,000. Limited Halo Edition. Several thousand. Metal Gear Collector's Box. More. Graded GameCube launch set. More. Every number made me feel worse. Emily walked past. You seriously still think those prices are real? I didn't answer. Instead, I called my insurance agent. He asked one question. Did someone steal them? I answered. No. My wife sold them without permission. Silence. Then he said something I'll never forget. If you have proof they belonged solely to you before marriage, this could become a legal matter. Fortunately, I did. Almost everything had purchase records dating back years before we met. Photographs. Appraisals. Insurance evaluations. Professional grading certificates. I wasn't just emotionally attached. I had documentation. The next morning I contacted the estate company. The manager sounded horrified. You mean she wasn't authorized? No. We assumed everything belonged jointly. Can you tell me who bought it? I'm not sure I can. My lawyer answered that question. Actually, they can. After several formal requests, paperwork, and legal letters, we got the buyer's information. His name was Robert. Turns out, Robert wasn't some random reseller. He owned a specialty retro gaming store. The moment he saw the collection, he knew exactly what it was worth. He'd paid the estate company around $65,000. The estate company kept their cut. Emily received only $3,000 because she'd accepted the first offer from a middleman. Robert hadn't done anything illegal. He bought inventory through normal channels. He genuinely believed the seller had authority. When my lawyer contacted him, his reaction shocked everyone. He immediately said, if this collection was sold without legal ownership, I don't want it. He paused. I'm a collector too. I know what these pieces mean. He still had most of the collection untouched. Only a handful of duplicates had already been sold. Instead of fighting us, he voluntarily returned nearly everything after being reimbursed through insurance and legal settlement arrangements. Emily expected everyone to side with her. Instead, reality finally arrived. The estate company admitted they should have confirmed ownership. Insurance investigators became involved. Lawyers got involved. Then divorce attorneys. Emily kept saying, I was only cleaning. No normal husband loves video games this much. The judge wasn't interested in her opinion about gaming. Only ownership. Documents. Consent. Property rights. Selling someone else's possessions without permission isn't magically acceptable because you're married. The financial consequences became brutal. She was held responsible for the losses that weren't recoverable. Legal fees. Settlement costs. Property division. By the end, The $3,000 she'd proudly bragged